Hello, my effulgent weasels. Welcome back to the Game Cave. Weasel Bandit here. We will continue our building videos here in Prison Architect. We have come a very long way now. We only need to fill out the different rooms in the inside of the prison. And that is just amazing. And it is quite satisfying to see something that you've been working on for so long, for so long. It's nice to see that something you've been working on for so long has come to fruition. So let's just start from the end and say that the holding cell will need a toilet and a bench. Bench right there and toilet right, let's say over here. Then we will put the utilities in as well. Yes, sirs. Alright, that was the holding cells. Then we need the morgue. We will need some morgue slabs, apparently. Morgue slabs, yeah. I think there's just enough room for 6 of those in here. I don't plan to have a lot of prisoners die in this prison, but of course it could happen. Alright, then we will need something to fill out the yard with. And I like the idea of the prisoners having easy access to some phones. So that will be the first thing that they will see once they exit their cell blocks. Right there, and then there and there. And of course, phone booths makes it possible for the prisoners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, for the prisoners to call their families, which is good for the morale of the prisoners and ensures that they are. I was about to say dormant, but I don't think that's what it means. That they are nice and happy and sweet. I can't really find the correct adjective for that, but never mind. We have placed the phone booths. We could also place some workbenches, even though they have them in their cells, but well, that just gives them more time to work out. Of course, that makes them stronger, faster and better and all of that, but of course that does also make them happier. So I guess we could indulge them in it. Awesome. That was the yard taken care of. Alright. Then we will go on to the solitary cells. They don't need anything, so we will go to the security. And of course we will place a CCTV monitor. We might want to build some later. We'll build a phone tab, we'll build a door control system, all that is needed in the security. We'll put that over here. Yeah, and then put the office desk right there, and then have the chair right there. And yes. These things up here, we may get to those at a later point. It's not. I don't have much experience with those, so I will need to experiment with them before I can correctly tell you guys how to use them. But I might come back to them at a later point. Great. That was the security room. Then the armory. We will need some guard lockers. We will need a weapons rack. Weapons rack. Great, we'll have that. I think. Yeah, I think like this. Then we need tables. I don't. How should we? Yeah, we can put it there. Great. And then we can put 2 more weapon racks here. Awesome. That should be enough, I think. I think 16 armored personnel would be enough. I don't use them as much as I use, well, a greater number of regular guards. But who knows, I might get fond of them at some point. This, of course, is the kennel. Great. Yes, that was the kennel. And the only thing you need in there are dog crates. Then the infirmary, and that will need some doors to the outside, because this will be only personnel. We can do that right away. Deployment, staff only. There, there. Awesome. Then these will only be for the staff. So that means that we will need some doors to the outside. We can have it here and here. And then we need to put in some medical beds. Yes. Perhaps we could put it some other place. We'll need a door there instead, and then perhaps there and there. And then we can dismantle the door there and there, and we can build some walls there again. Great, that works fine for me. It's not extremely optimized regarding the... You know what? I'm gonna, for the sake of symmetry, I'm gonna do that differently. Dismantle the door there and there, and cancel those beds. Then we'll put a wall up there again, and we'll put a door there, because then the doors will be opposite each other. I like that. Awesome. Let's see if we can't have the medical beds placed inside here. I think so, yes. It's not perfect, but I think it will do. Yeah, it will do fine. Or will it? Ah, I hate it when it's not symmetrical. Let's just try once more. See if we can have one more there. Nope, we can't. But what about just two in that? No, that doesn't. Oh. You know what? We'll have them like this. It'll be a little bit cramped, but we are not here to make friends. We are here to get better. And that also gives us a lot. It gives us symmetry, and it gives us a lot more beds in here. Great. You may do it how you like it. Execution, of course, that will need an electric chair. Duh. Where is that? That is all the way up there. Awesome. Then I think perhaps we will dismantle the doors there, and then have the electric chair up against the wall that we will build in their place. Of course, we can't turn it around. So that's just great. Okay, never mind then. We'll put in the doors as they were before, like that, and we'll put the electric chair somewhere around the middle. Ah, bothers me. Never mind then. I can't decide. Just put it there, right? And then we can have some benches if people want to watch. Yeah, alright. The parole office will also need doors out to the open. Great. And that will need a parole desk or a visitor's desk. I think that works fine. We will, of course, now that we have built some extra doors, then we will need some concrete tiles to lead to the walkways outside. Great, that was everything that we needed in here, except that we need to connect this up here with some electric cables. Awesome. Now we come for the visitation. And of course that will need visitor tables. We'll just pause and try to see if this should work out. And of course it doesn't. So perhaps we can do this. No, we can do this and this and this. And awesome. That should give enough opportunities for the families to visit the inmates. Great. Now the library. The library will need shelves and it will need sorting desks. It's really quite straightforward to place all of this. And that works out perfectly. Alright. So, yeah, it just needs sorting desks and it needs library shelves. It's really quite straightforward. Now for the common room. That is a little bit more tricky. I think to get rid of these doors... this is because of... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we can... Maybe it's because we... No, it's not... Let's just try. Common room. There it is. No. Yeah, you see the miscoloring here. It's because we used to have some doors there and that left some kind of miscoloring that I don't know how to get rid of. Perhaps it's the concrete floor? Yeah, it's concrete floor. Okay, of course. Then let's just do that over here as well. Awesome. In the common room, we will need to have a few things that will help the prisoners later on. First of all, we will need the, leisure time things, like the pool tables, of course. We will also need some televisions and all of that, but we will also need to be holding something like AA meetings or drug withdrawal meetings and stuff like that, where there will come a teacher in and help them, or there will come a psychologist. Yeah, a psychologist will come in here, and yes, we'll need something for that, and that will need chairs. So I like to create a large area here where there will be a lot of rows of chairs, and then one in the middle for the speaker. It's not something that the speaker will sit there talking to all of them, but they need seats. So I like to do it like this. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. We'll do the exact same over. Oh no, wait. I think we'll just... Nah. It's just as fast to do it yourself than to do the quick build, copy and paste thing. Awesome. Then we will design everything else, like the sofa, and the bookshelves. Of course, they all have this in their own cells, but, well, they need some place where they can go and be alone with the others, if that makes sense. And then, of course, we can have a... And then of course we can have a place that where they can watch television. Let's just pretend that this is a widescreen TV. Alright? Great. I think that will be the common room. We'll just make the same over here. The reason I'm not just cloning this is because if you notice the lights, they are different here, and if you cloned it, you would also clone the lights. So we could do it and then just delete the lights, but well, it might be just as fast to do this. Great. That was the common room taken care of. The common rooms taken care of. Oh, we've got... We'll need some more there to make it symmetrical with the other one. Or not symmetrical, rather identical, I think. Awesome. On to the cleaning cupboard. That is easy. You don't need to do anything. Awesome. Onward to the laundry. There you need to do something. We need washing machines. And we need ironing boards. And we need laundry baskets. These will be dispersed all over the prison, so you just need a lot of them. You don't need to worry about the placement of them. I'll just fill out the entire room here with them, and then they will be placed all around the city, the prison. Great. Classroom. I think perhaps I would like to divide the classroom into 4 of similar sizes, so that you have 4 classrooms here. The classrooms will need desks, school desks. Come on, yeah. And it will need a regular desk. Like that. Awesome. You know what? I think rather than having 4 rooms, I would like to have 2 rooms. Come on, where's the classroom? There it is. And like that, and like that. Awesome. And then we'll place the school desks all the way to the front there. And then I want to divide the classrooms just for aesthetic purposes, because, well, to have one teacher there and one teacher there teaching 2 large classes and not have a room to divide them, that just seems wrong. Awesome. That was the classrooms. Now on to the mailroom. That is similar to the library. You will only need sorting desks and tables in there. So let's just have the tables all around. All around the walls. And then... See, I don't like this. It's not symmetrical. And we can have it like this, and then put in the sorting desks like this. Yes, that could work. And then to have the sorting desks placed around. Like so. And then perhaps a few more tables in the middle. Awesome. That was the mailroom. The chapel of course you'll need some place for the prisoners to have some kind of moral guidance if you want them to be completely rehabilitated. And I should turn the pews the correct way. That might help a bit. And of course the altar up here, or where the preacher would talk, should be in the front. And then we'll put some prayer mats out here, and then just hope that they are facing east or something like that. It's a very multi-diverse chapel in here. Great, that just leaves the shop. That is quite similar to the mailroom and the library. You will need tables, shop shelf, and the shop shelf should be and you also need a shop front, because this shop front will sell to the other prisoners. And where should we put that? I think we will have 2 shop fronts, but for that we will need to dismantle these. We'll have the shop front here, and we will have the shop front here. Great. You can tell which way the shop front is facing. Is it facing inward or is it facing outward? By which way the coffee mug is facing. As you can see, the coffee mug is behind the pane of glass, and now it is on our side of the pane of glass. It needs to be on the inside of the pane of glass, because then the shop front is facing towards the prisoners outside in the yard. But that makes the shop makes it possible for the prisoners to go somewhere and buy stuff. So that will of course need everything that a shop needs, like shelves and tables and all of that. Great, now that has been built as well. Now we just need to make sure that the different rooms will be occupied by someone to work them, and we don't do that in logistics. You can see max jobs 18, so we'll just click here and assign 18 prisoners to work there. We'll do that in the mail room as well. In the cleaning cupboard, there's room for 20. In the laundry, there's room for 20. And in the workshops, of course. And here in the library, and then we just need kitchens. I might at some point divide the kitchens up inside into 2, like putting a wall up there, because then you might be able to have, instead of have 20 and 20, you might be able to have 20, 20, 20, 20 prisoners working there. But now there has been assigned jobs, or there has been not assigned jobs, there has been opened the ability for the prisoners to work there. They still need to qualify to work there. That will require some courses and some teaching and stuff like that. Great. As you can see here, we need to put some water up to these, and they also need to be connected to the power. We are about to face a little bit of a problem, because now we only need to put in the workshops here. They will require a lot of, let's say, heavy machinery that requires a lot of voltage, a lot of power. And I think perhaps that these 2 last generators or power stations won't be able to handle it. We will see, but it might be something we will have to deal with some way. But first of all, I want to design it. There are 3 types of things, or actually 4 types of things you need inside a workshop. You need a workshop saw, you need a workshop press, and you need a table. Then you can also have a carpenter table. That's not a requirement. It's something for you to make, for the prisoners to be able to make beds. And beds is something that is the most worth the most. So that will give you the most money if you buy that. But as you can see, these are... It's just, I think it was here and here and here and then here. Yes, as you can see here, the saw and the press, they require 3 squares. The table requires 4, and this one is kind of an L shape, so it'll be like this. I will try to see if I can make 20 workstations for the 20 prisoners that will work here. Yeah, so that was actually quite easy. This will be how the workshop will be. So we'll put workshop presses there. Oh, we need to delete that and then put in again. Awesome. And then workshop saws over there. And then tables, of course. Great. Let's see if we can... No, we can't do that, so we'll just do this instead. I will copy this because it'll be much easier and much faster. But first I will dismantle all of the lights here. So that... Can we just clear indoor area? Will that work? I think that will work. Yes. Then we just need to assign the room again. Because by clearing the indoor area, we'll also clear away the room. But that's okay. Quick build, that has already been built, so we'll put that there, and there, and there, there, and there. And in the last 2, I think that I would like to, you know what, I'm just gonna delete this here and then build this out there. The last 2 I will make different because I would like to have the opportunity to make a lot of beds. So I will be putting in only or mostly these right here, the carpenter tables, mostly them inside the workshops here. You know what? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do it differently. See, this I like much better. What we'll do here instead is have the carpenter tables inside the regular workshop along with the others. So. Yeah, that's what we'll do here. Then we'll have the tables out here. A little bit asymmetrical, but I can live with that. Then we'll have the carpenter tables, yeah, on either side. And then we will have the workshop press there, and there, and there, and there. And then the workshop saw there, there, and there. Awesome. Great, so now this workshop is complete, the way I like it. And we will just copy that into every one of the others, the other workshops here. And then hopefully there will be enough power in the power stations that we've built right now to power it all. Otherwise, we'll have to figure out a solution for that. That is great, and it actually looks like that there really is enough power for everything. That is just great. That's more than enough power. Wow, I wouldn't have called that. I really wouldn't. Great. Now the last thing. Oh, of course we haven't connected all of them yet. Stupid. Great. So just connect them all. And I'm just going to do this. And then we will see how it is power wise later on. What I'm doing here is I'm dismantling the utilities or the power cables right there, simply for aesthetic purposes. There's no really need for that, but I think it looks better to have the wires go like this rather than having it go like this. So that is purely OCD freakish or something like that. Yeah. And that sound right there means that there has been an overload on the power station. There's been too much stress on it. It is too much. It cannot do it anymore. Ooh, great. But it looks like the power station that powers this can handle it. And the reason that this one down here can't handle it is because it's also powering the washing machines, which requires a lot of power. But perhaps we could dismantle that there and then... You know what, if we do this and then dismantle this, then we will have that line powered by this one up here. And then we can also just do this. And then we'll have these powered by this one down here, and these powered by this one up here. We'll try it, see how it works. Great, now they are separated. Once he's finished now. Let's just try it one more time. No, it's still too much. Awesome. Great, let's just try to take this off. We can always rebuild it if we want to. Great. Now they have disconnected that. Let's see if that's helped anything. Yeah, that actually helped, so we don't need... Stop! We don't need to do this. Awesome. Now all of these workbenches and the lower part of the washing machines are being powered by this one. Awesome. Now it'll just be interesting to see if there is enough power in the upper power station to power this line of lights right here. Oh yeah, of course. No, the lower also used to power this one, the electric station, or the electric chair, of course. So that might also be the reason why it was too much for it. Let's just see. Awesome. And then go into utilities and see if everything there is powered. It is powered. And then let's just see how much. Oh, it's too much. It's too much, Captain. Of course it is too much. You know what? I am just going to try to dismantle these, because right now we won't need them. We can always put them in later, but at the moment we don't need them. Great. Now they are dismantled. Let's see if we can do this. No, it's still too much. Or is it? It looks like it's holding. Wow. Okay, it's just barely. Okay, what can we do here? Can we perhaps say that This one here is powered by the lower one. We can try. See how that works. You know what, I'm gonna do it here instead. And then we'll dismantle this. Wait. How did that help to dismantle or to disconnect that? That helped a bit. Great. Let's see how it works once it's been connected to the lower grid. Awesome. That is acceptable, I think. That's very acceptable. Great. So all our power stations here are at very near full capacity, but the entire prison is lit, the entire prison is completed and built, and we are actually under budget for the building, of course. We still need to hire guards and all of that, but right now we can fire all of these workers, and I think perhaps I will keep 50 workers. Great. So that helped quite a bit on the daily cash flow. And, well, for now we are under budget, and that is just great. That's amazing. Of course, it could what is that doing there? Oh, yeah, we forgot the staff room. We need to fill out the staff room. Oh! That needs a drink machine and a white sofa. Woo. Crisis averted. Yes. Oh, what is happening? Why are there stuff where there's not supposed to be stuff? That's not the prison I built. Great. The reception we also need to do something with. That needs tables. And it needs a office desk and a chair. Awesome. Now I think... Oh, no. There's something that I also wanted to do. And that is to build a fence right here. Let's say 15 up. And the same here. And then build a road gate there, and come on, and there. And the reason for this is that then you can have a kind of a hatch place here where for someone to get out, a guard needs to open both this gate and that gate. So if some prisoners do get out and they manage to destroy this gate, then there will still be another gate. And what is this? We'll dump that. What are you doing here? Truck driver. Hello. You should go away. Thank you. And, well, I think this was about it. Then in the next episode we will hire some guards. We will hire some gardeners, and perhaps we will... Yes, we'll do that in the next episode. And then after that, after the next episode, I think that will be episode 7, I think. Yes, then we will be completely ready for prisoner intakes. So that is just amazing, and I am very pleased with this result, and I guess there's not much else to say. Then thanks for being in the Game Cave, guys. We will see you in the next episode. My name is Weasel Bandit. Bye.